Hello, my name is Kaylin, and I'm sick right now again, so if it sounds like I'm talking out of a tin can, that is why. But anyway, it's time for another to be crocheted, but before we do that, I want to talk about my Twice concert. It's been pretty much exactly a month from my Twice concert, and I didn't have any other time I could have talked about it, so I decided to put it in here. So first of all, I had an amazing time. I had been looking forward to it for forever, and it was just awesome. I got this shirt, which is so cute. This is like, I don't know, I didn't really care about any of the merch items except for this one, and it's literally like one of my favorite shirts ever now. It's so cute. And then on the back it says the members' names, but I can't show you that because my hair is in the way and you won't be able to see it. So what I brought to the concert, I had my little clear bag. I had like 6 duplicate photo cards. Like photo cards I already had, and then I got another one, like the exact same one. And actually in a video, I came up with the idea of like, oh, I could bring these to the concert and give them out. So that's what I did. So I had those, I had the lipstick I was wearing, a portable charger. I did bring extra batteries, but those did not work, and that actually led to my light stick dying in the middle of the concert, which, well, that sucked, but I was still waving the dead light stick around because it was fun. So I was in a t-shirt and a skirt. It was early April, but also it was early April, and it had been like warm leading up to them, so I was like, oh, it's gonna be fine. No, I get in line, the worst wind I've ever experienced in my life. I didn't know if I was even gonna like make it into the arena doors because it was so bad, and there was like a line that you had to wait in to get into the arena, and it was so windy, it was so cold. Why did I choose a t-shirt and skirt? I don't know. I was originally gonna go as Dewey from What Is Love in like the white angel look, but I don't know, like the dress I got I just didn't love, and I felt like the angel wings were kind of like in the way and bulky, so I decided not to do that. I had a Twice t-shirt that I got from Lala, so I wore that instead, and it was more comfortable. But there were so many cute outfits too. I saw a lot of ones from their Victoria's Secret fashion show, which was so cute. I love that. There were some girls in like the 4 outfits, like the blue ones, and I felt really bad because they were also in like a t-shirt and a skirt, but like they had their midsection out, and I was like, you have to be freezing right now. I feel so sorry for you. But I saw a lot of great outfits. I saw a lot of lovelies. It was so fun. I loved pointing out like, oh, that's a Bajillion stan, that's a Sana stan. But we finally make it into the arena. We went to the merch, and you know, into the seats. I was in like the nosebleeds, but we actually had like really good seats. We couldn't find our section at first because it like there was no sign. It was like non-existent, but it was actually like there was like a bar kind of area, and we were like the first row on like the railing that kind of like overlooks that bar area a little bit, which was actually like the best seats because, well, first of all, this was my second Twice concert. I went to the Ready to Be tour in 2023, and I was literally very last section on the edge, very last row, and I was out of my seat dancing the whole time, which was so fun. But for this one, first of all, we had a very nice ledge that we could put all of our stuff on, which was amazing. And then like we didn't have to stand, and I like standing at the end when they were like, can you guys get up and stand? Like not in a mean way, but like, guys, come on, get on your feet. We did. I got on my feet. But like, it also is nice to just sit. I was still having a great time. It was still a party. Moving the light stick, like I was looking at these people, I was like, these people can't keep a tempo. Like maybe I wasn't, but I felt like I was the best with the light stick, and I was like, I am on beats and no one else is. I probably wasn't, but it felt that way. But we didn't have to stand, because also like if we stood, then everyone else has to stand, because then if we stand you can't see in front of us. So it's like they got to sit and also just enjoy the concert. So I gave out some cards. I gave 2 to some people behind me in line for the bathroom. They were very happy. I gave some to these people just standing around. They were not as excited. I mean, they were kind of excited. I liked their outfit. They were just as lovelies. That's why I gave them the photo cards, and they were just kind of okay with it. And then I gave some to the people sitting next to us, and they like did not care. And then I was like, oh, I should have given it to the other people next to us, because first of all, giant Junghyun stands. It was a Dewey photo card, but giant Junghyun stands, and they were screaming their asses off. They were singing their asses off. They deserved it. But it was too late by then. I couldn't just be like, hey, can I actually have that back? So it's okay. So it was a great time. Dahyun and Chaeyoung were not there, which I knew ahead of time because Dahyun broke her ankle and Chaeyoung had a herniated disc. Ugh. Unfortunately, those are like my biases, so that was not as fun. But everyone put on an amazing show. I kind of forgot halfway through. Like, not like I forgot, but like it wasn't what I was focused on because it was party time. I really need to get like concert earplugs. I've only been to like Lollapalooza and the Ready to Be concert before this, so I haven't like had much use for them, but I really need to get some because afterwards it really feels like you are underwater for a good while afterwards. And like I'm worried about my hearing because I'm always listening to music louder than I should, so I'm always worried. I'm just like, well, one day it's gonna go. And I was really worried that after the concert, I was like, well, it's gone now. And it's just going to be like this forever. It wasn't. But that was like a genuine fear of mine. But for our encore song, we got Feel Special, which I think everyone gets. Doesn't matter to me. I was partying. They started listing options of songs. And I mean, I like couldn't hear. The crowd was loud as hell. So their first option was TT, which is fine, but like not what I want of their whole catalog that's not there. And then they said Talk That Talk. I did not hear that one. I was watching the video back when I got home. I was like, oh, I had no idea what they said. And then the third one, I thought they said option 3, and then I guess like the crowd cheered the loudest and they were like, oh, I guess you guys want option 3. And I was like, what is option 3? And then I realized they were saying alcohol free. You mean like one of the best songs ever? I literally lost it. I love alcohol free. I could not believe that was my encore song. I was like genuinely, I couldn't believe it. When I realized that they were saying alcohol free and not option 3, I was like, oh my God. So yeah, it was a great time. It was awesome. I did get a couple things. First of all, I got 2 photo cards because people were giving out these little like gift bags. I had thought about making those, but I didn't. I thought about making those for the last tour too. I didn't do that either. So the first one is of Sana, and then the second one is of Dahyun, and that made me really happy because she's my bias. And then there was also like candy in there, and I got one of these like really cool like star hair clips. That was awesome. It was just a lot of great stuff. This is one of the bags I got. Obviously there's a lot of stuff in there because like I kind of ate some of the candy. But it says thank you down there. Oh shit, I ripped it. No! I'm so sad. But there's this little lamb sticker, like this like rainbow loom bracelet. That's so sweet. And then this one is really cute. It's like a little keychain that I'm assuming is nylon because it's blue and it has an N, and it was a Twice concert. But it was so sweet. And this concert like really like reignited my love for Twice. I love them obviously always, but I feel like I hadn't really been as into the space like lately. And then afterwards, like all I wanted to listen to was Twice, specifically like ATM and like the This Is 4 album and stuff. ATM is such a good song. So then I got another one. This one came with a cute little note that was like about like that specific date, and they're like, let's give the girls all our energy. Another little Dahyun thing. This like, I think it's a Smisky. I don't really know what those are. And then one of those like little hair ties. It could also be like a ring. Is the jewelry awesome? So that was like so sweet. It kind of made me like when I got home and I was trying to like clean up and I saw that and it was like, let's give the girls all our energy. I was like I almost started crying. It was so sweet. And then, you know, up where I am in the nosebleeds, we don't get much confetti. When I was leaving, I was on the ground. Literally, just like every 2 seconds on the ground, picking up confetti. So I got a streamer too. I literally dragged this with me on the floor for a bit until I could pick it up. And it was worth it! And then I enlisted the help of my friend that went with me to help pick up confetti. So they have these pink confettis. I put one of these in my phone case. And then they have these shiny gold confettis. So, no! I was trying to show it. And confetti has to be light so it can like move, I guess. That makes sense. So I'm not gonna hold it up, but there. I had to work for those, okay? Literally every 2 seconds, I was on the ground picking up confetti. Right at the door too. I was like, no, hold on, I need more. Because last time I didn't get any confetti and I was kind of pissed about it because like I wanted some, but I just wasn't on that level. And so this time I made sure, I was like, I'm going to get confetti. But that is everything that happened with my Twice concert. So fun. I want to go back so bad. Jihyo, by the way, I didn't even mention it's Jihyo, looked like a literal goddess. I was like she came in, she had like straight hair and like dark eyeshadow under her eyes. Like, oh my god, they all look so good. I wish that I could have been OT9, but it was so awesome. But I guess now we should get into the crochet. But I actually do have big news, like a actual interesting thing happened. I finished my sister's blanket! I have been working on this since July, so that is 10 months. Well, it's actually like pretty much August, so it was actually more like 9 months. Either way, way too long. It was meant to be done for her birthday. Not this year. Last year I had 4 rows done, and then I wanted to be done by her birthday. This year, didn't happen. And then I wanted to be done by Christmas, didn't happen. So now it is a graduation present, and it is done! I am so proud of it. It looks so good, and like, I worked so hard on it. It was actually really funny, because like, literally as I was finishing the blanket, like this big surprise present I made her, she was like mad at me, and I thought that was kind of funny. So now I don't need it until like early June, so I'm just gonna hold on to it. I just wanted to have it done. And oh, he's sitting behind me today. That's so nice. So on the main blanket, I did 10 rows. I did these 2 rows of white and then the 8 rows of blue. And then I weaved in so many ends. It took me maybe 4 days because I wasn't trying to like finish them all like super fast, but they kind of just went a little faster, which was nice because I didn't want to do all that. It was also really nice because the sides that I chose to do first. So like when I weave in ends, I always do one side of the blanket and then I do the other side. And the side I chose to do had way more ends, so by the time I got to the other side, it was like the home stretch, and I really didn't have that many to do. So I did a blue single crochet border around the whole thing because blue is like the main color, and then I did pink half double around all that blue, and then I did a mix of the cluster stitch that you do in the blanket, but instead of using a half double, you do a double in between. So you alternate the cluster stitch and the double. And I mean, like, I don't think it really matters if you accidentally throw a half double in there. I might have, I don't know. I only finished this so fast because I watched the first Spider-Verse movie with my family. And first of all, like, I was watching that and I was like, oh my god, they don't even know. Because after you see the second Spider-Verse movie, like, it recontextualizes the whole thing. So I'm trying to answer the questions and I'm like, I can't, how do I do this without spoiling it? But either way, that gave me enough time to like do the last side, and then all I had to do was the top, and yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to smile.
So I literally finished this yesterday and I'm so happy it's done. Like, that is a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. And now I can put some time into my other projects because this has taken up so much time. He actually doesn't really like this blanket as much, which is weird because he's like really into everything I crochet. Like, whenever I make a blanket, he like loves it, and he hasn't really been into this one. I don't know what's up with that. And then I guess I do my dad's blanket, but like there's nothing to talk about. I didn't work on this at all in April because I was so focused on this. I wanted to have it done by the time I filmed this video, and so I was not focused on this. But now, actually no, this won't be a priority yet because I have one more thing I have to do by the end of the month. By the end of this month. Oh my god, that's less than 30 days. I'm fucked. But I'm not, no, let's think positive. But then afterwards, this will be perfect. I want to have this done by Christmas for my dad, and I'm hoping that once I'm done, then this will get done pretty fast. I just got the Project Hail Mary audiobook. That is the movie of the year. We should all just stop releasing movies right now because that's the movie of the year. It is so good. I've seen it twice in theaters. I'm in the fan space. I'm in the fan art space. I'm all over it. And like, this movie and the space around it has made me laugh so much. It has made me cry so much. I love this movie so much. And so I wanted to read the audiobook. I've never been an audiobook person, but the clips I've seen, the audiobook is actually like good. Like, it's really good. So I'm gonna listen to that. And I have this vision of me like crocheting and listening to an audiobook just because I don't know, I just feel like the vibes would be good. So I think I could listen to that. It's like a 16-hour audiobook. It is long. So I think I could listen to that while I work on this. Because I don't want to do it while I work on the tapestry crochet, because then like I can't focus as much on the audiobook because I kind of have to think about the tapestry. And when I'm into something, I'm really, really into it, and I need to like really focus on it and give it my whole attention so I can take it all in and get as much content as possible. So with a repetitive stitch like this, like that's really good, but with one that I have to think about, then that takes away from me thinking about the audiobook, and I don't want that because I want to think about it. And then with my cousin's bag, I'm actually almost done with this panel. There's more, I'll get into that in a second. And I still don't remember which way I hold it on camera. I think I've got it figured out, I really don't know. So this is how it's looking. I think it still looks really good. I'm very proud of it. We're almost done. If I counted correctly, I did 8 rows this month, which is less than I would have liked. But again, this was my big focus and I got it done, so it was all worth it. But this, I actually have to finish sooner than my sister's blanket, so I don't know why I did that. But I only have 9 rows left on this panel, and now that this is my priority, I think I can get that done for sure. The big problem is that this is not it. It's not just finishing this panel and I'm done. I have to still figure out how to do the straps for the bag and sew it all together. There is time, and normally I do them at least in pairs. I've been listening to a lot of physical music, and I like to do this one while I listen to physical music, but then my sister's blanket took over and I was like, I just need to get this done, so it was like all I did. But I've done like 4 rows at a time, so I think that this will be pretty easy to do because I know how to do this. The hard part is when it's time to do stuff I don't know how to do, like the straps and sewing it together, because if it doesn't work, like that kind of really sucks. Because if it's not done as a graduation present, then I'm gonna have to wait until August to give it to her for her birthday, and that really sucks. I don't think I'm gonna need that long. I would like for it to not take that long because this has been 10 months. I did actually start this in July. It wasn't almost August, it was July. So this has been 10 months in the making and it's not even done yet. So I want it done. I don't want to stretch it out until August. Even if it's just like holding on to it, I don't want to do that. I don't know. I'm just gonna try my best to finish it and we'll see how it goes. There is still time. I know I was freaking out, but there is still time. But I think it looks really good. And then there haven't really been any upcoming projects. I still want to do that South Park blanket. I know I've been talking about that, but now that things are coming to an end, I can start doing some new projects. And I do want to learn how to do a granny square, so I want to make that at some point. I thought about making the Mary Poppins scarf for my mom, but then first of all, that's a knit scarf. Second of all, I don't even think she'd like it. Because it's like really like, that's not keeping you warm. It's full of holes. It's not keeping you warm. And the type of yarn just looks like it'd be itchy and not fun. And then I really want to make something from Project Hail Mary. I've seen a lot of people doing the like earth hacky sack ball, which I think would be so fun. I don't know how to do that. I've never crocheted anything round before. Everything I crochet is very flat. But that looks so cute. I've heard of people making Rocky. I really, really wanted to make his fox sweater because that's so cute. It's adorable. I love all of his outfits and that, like, I don't know. I love an ironic silly t-shirt, which is literally all of his shirts. Like, they are awesome. But yeah, that fox sweater is so cute. But first of all, I think it's knit. And then I think if you want to get the pattern, you have to buy a kit for it. And I don't want to do that. And I was trying to look at videos online, but they just look really complicated. So I don't know. If I could find a way to make, I've also never made a wearable, so that's like a whole other thing. But if I could find a way to make that, I would, because it is so cute and I would love to have it. But that is all I have this month. Really fun. I really love talking. As you could tell, I really love talking about the Twice concert. If you watched all the way through, which you did, if you got to this point, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to maybe like and or subscribe and or comment, you don't have to, but it means a lot to me and I really appreciate it. But that is all I have, and maybe I'll see you next time. Bye!